Hi everybody, I'm Rick Cole and this is Lunch with the Cardinals for the 29th of February 2012, and our show is brought to you by Hillcrest Thrift Store in Liberty. A recap of a very busy weekend this past weekend. The basketball team just back from Las Vegas late on Monday night, and actually had a good trip to Vegas, going 2-2 overall. The men and women each split their two games, each took second place in the D2 Vegas Showdown. Nick Larson named Most Valuable Player of the Men's Tournament. Nick this weekend also named First Team Great Lakes Valley Conference. That is the only player that was named from William Jewell College to either the men's or women's teams as the basketball season comes to a close with the splits in Las Vegas. Track had a busy weekend. The indoor Great Lakes Valley Conference Championships and the very first championship for William Jewell College. It came in the 4x200 relay, and Tom Eisenhower is here to talk about that and the championship as a whole.
One of the highlights of the weekend, I think, for us, and it was one of the surprises too, was our men's 4x200 meter relay. Most indoor meets, especially in this area, don't run a men's run any 4x200 meter relay, indoor or outdoor. And so this is strictly a conference event. So we showed up, and the day before practiced some handoffs, and I was just honest with them, told the guys I've never seen this event, I've never coached this event, and I've never run this event, so we're just going to do what we can. And the next day, the four guys, it was Alex Hughes, Chris Speed, Josh Duncan, and Clint Ettier. They put together a great relay, won that event, being able to claim the first William Jewell College Conference Championship title in any team or individual event. And so I guess as a relay team, in an individual sport, they kind of cover both categories. So that was an exciting thing, and again, it was a surprise. I don't think anyone expected that, but it was fun to walk away with that.
Tennis went to Indiana. They played at the St. Joseph's Invitational. The women went 2-1, the men went 2-1. Here's Paul Worstel to talk about it.
We had a great weekend of tennis this past weekend up in Michigan City, Indiana, and it was a great chance for us to go and play some schools in our Eastern Division of the GLVC. We started out and played Lewis University, who is one of the top teams in the Eastern Division. The men lost 9-0 and the women lost 6-3. Lewis was a very good team. Really, not a lot we could have done in some of the matches. They were a very good team and had some very good players, some solid players on their team. We then rebounded and played. The men played University of St. Francis, which is an NAI school. The men did very well, rebounded there and defeated them 7-2. And then the women played Kentucky Wesleyan, who only has a women's program in the GLVC, and they did very well in that match and won 8-1. We then spent the night and then played Sunday morning. We played St. Joseph's College, and both teams won that match 8-1 as well. So,
baseball opened their season this past weekend in Searcy, Arkansas. They played four very tough games with Harding, number 20 in the nation, and lost three of them, but were very much in all four games. So the Cardinals rallying in the fourth game to get the win, go 1-3, but play very well down at Harding. And Mike Stockton has a look this weekend.
We played a four-game series with Harding University, who was ranked 19th in the country, and very good ball club down at their place. We had beautiful weather. Our guys were excited. We only won one of the four games, but I felt like we won everywhere else except the scoreboard. I felt our team played extremely well, played well against good competition, and we're going to find a way to win those close games. We lost the first day by one run, and we had the lead in the last inning in both games, and just couldn't find a way to win in the last inning. So felt very good about that. And we had great pitching performances by everyone. We didn't hit the ball as well as we can. Primarily that's because Harding has a very good pitching staff, but I think it's our first game of the season, and we'll get some of those kinks worked out too.
Softball was in action this weekend. They played four games at the CBC Meltdown. The softball team goes 3-1. They continue to play well, and head coach Dustin Combs talks about his trip this weekend.
We went down to Conway, Arkansas, and ended up the weekend 3-1. We felt pretty good about that result. We feel like if we'd have played four games as solid as we did the second game against Columbia on Friday, we'd have had an opportunity to come home 4-0. Had a few unearned runs in that first game against Williams Baptist. Dropped that game 3-1, and really didn't play poorly, and especially at the plate, hit it right at him for 7 innings, and felt pretty good about our approach at the plate. Stayed with that approach, and against Columbia, they found the holes, and Rachel Hayden did an outstanding job keeping Columbia off the scoreboard, and we got a big lead, and Amanda came in and shut down the game, and had big offensive performances from Ashley Nation, Rachel Hayden, and Faith Song. Were all really hot for the entire weekend. Feel really good about where we are offensively. Just got to make sure that we get consistent pitching, which we show signs of that, and defensively make plays.
Coming up this weekend, we'll have broadcasts of softball and baseball, of course, weather permitting. It looks like it'll be a good weekend. We'll have softball against Kentucky Wesleyan starting at noon on Saturday, and then on Sunday at noon, it's baseball against Minot State. That's Lunch with the Cardinals. It's Leap Day 2012, the 29th of February, and our show is brought to you by Hillcrest Thrift Store in Liberty.